G'day, angels. Hey, I'm in block of Shiraz. Actually, this is some of my dad's vineyard. The house behind me, that's Tommy. Tommy and Jess live there. Tom's my nephew, and he has the good fortune, did you hear misfortune in there, of working with my dad. Actually, they really love working together. It's awesome. Grandfather, grandson. And where can I? So, almost directly behind me, that's where Bron and I, that's where our house is. And at the moment, our two boys, Felix and Ed, are there with us. The corona lockdown, Felix is doing first year uni. Anyway, he's doing that online from home. And Ed, he's doing school from home as well. I'm standing here looking out over this granite massif, and granite is a feature of the soil in the Strathbogies. Actually, the soil is really broken down granite, something like 400 million year old geology or soil. And you can see Shiraz vines, and interestingly, the posts. The posts are all on the ground. So this vineyard, we're pulling it out. So in 3 weeks or so, we'll have the vines out of the ground, and then we'll replant. These were planted on their own roots in 1996, and a vine aphid has come into the region and eats the roots. Anyway, they've become unproductive, so we'll replant on American rootstock, and that American rootstock has evolved to survive with this insect. Anyway, it'll be Shiraz out and Shiraz back in. Thought I'd take you on a tour of the cellar. See if I can do this without embarrassing myself too much. So, some beautiful big casks and lots of pumps and a plate and frame filter, more big casks. They're French oak for the most part, and made in Italy, in Conegliano. Actually, this, to my eye, this beautiful bit of kit, this is our press, and actually I bought it as a second handy from an Aussie Naked Wines winemaker, from Andrew Limbruggen. And actually our crusher, it also came from a Naked Wines winemaker, so from Antonio Diaz Martin in Spain. So the Naked Wines community really helpful in getting toys and tools. The red fermenters are these ones here. Actually, we can use this row of tanks as red fermenters as well, but we'll often ferment whites in them. And we talk about this room as the main cellar, because that's where, well, most of what we do happens. So we're heading to one of my favourite parts of the winery, which is the barrel store. So we're heading here. So, all of the barrels with the red paint are American oak, and these ones we're looking at here, they're Australian made, an Australian cooperage AP John. And some of my favourite oak is these barrels made from the Shenandoah forest, which is in Virginia, West Virginia. Some smaller barrels here. These ones here are 225 litres. They're barriques, and hoggies up here. And some of my favourite wine, which I didn't make, these are ancient barrels here of fortified. Hey, I'll show you a project I've been working on for a couple of years. In this room, leftover bottles and cardboard and caps and so on. But what I want to show you is behind this nasty door. So I say, have a look at this. For the car nuts, it's a 1969 Mustang, and been tampered with horribly during its life. It's got a bigger motor in it than it was built with. Actually, when I bought it, the engine was blown up. It's taken a couple of years to get it back on the road, and actually because of coronavirus, I can't drive it at the moment because it's on heritage plates, which means their regio's really inexpensive. But anyway, it is a pleasure thing, so no driving. Oh, and I should say, it's squirmy on the road. It's actually not very fast. The braking's terrible. The handling, it's all pretty ordinary. But one of the pleasures, I hope the iPhone will pick this up. Have a listen to this.
Maybe just stick to winemaking, Dad.
Thanks, Ed. I think Ed's right. It's important that I don't let my hobbies get in the way of my real love for making wine. Hey, I am a terrible drummer, unlike Ed, who, our cameraman, is our 16-year-old son, cracking young musician. We've got the Butterfly Effect Shiraz here. He is plummy and spicy, and when you get it in your mouth, it's got this real softness and plushness. Look, it's not the most tannic, not the most overly complicated wine. I really like it with simple things, pasta, or even when get home from the winery and looking for a drink. I think, or actually Felix loves it with smoked brisket. I think that's what we will have on Father's Day, on Sunday. Anyway, angels, just such a pleasure making wine with you, and really hope you enjoy the Butterfly Effect Shiraz, and I better get back to practice.